Sydnie Christmas would have been on full display if you're the type to unwind on a day off from work with a diet soda or beer in hand and catch up on the latest Got Talent episodes, whether they air in the US or Britain. As soon as she stepped onto the platform, the atmosphere transformed into something out of a Disney film, and you might have thought you were there, too. She was the 2024 winner of Britain's Got Talent due to her exceptional talent. Not everything that glitters is gold, though. That certainly wasn't the case with Sydnie Christmas's, our fairy godmother from Britain's Got Talent, life. Can you tell me the whole tale of our magical princess? This is Sydnie Christmas off camera and behind the scenes, the part that Britain's Got Talent left out. Sydnie Christmas came into this world in the historically significant town of Gravesend, Kent, not far from the nation's capital. She always dreamed of being a professional actor or actress, and she possessed the talent and will to succeed in the cutthroat field of dramatic art. At the tender age of 4, she did in fact record her first song. Her grandmother corroborated her claims that she had always had a voice, even as a young girl, and she had provided the necessary explanation. However, she played rugby before pursuing her passion for singing. But she did what she had to in order to fulfill her ambition and enroll in the D&B Academy of Performing Arts in the UK, which trains energetic young artists. Her official acting training began there, where she learned the 3 R's: acting, singing, and dancing. She was prepared to compete for opportunities and developed into the performer she is today thanks to this performing arts institution. Her dedication to her dream paid off in 2014, when she graduated from D&B, ready to take her passion for the stage to the next level. Even before she stunned everyone on BGT, some of us, well, maybe not all of us, must have seen Sydnie. After finishing her time at DNG, Sydnie tried her hand at a few cinematic roles. Sydnie made her stage debut in the critically acclaimed King's Cross Theatre production of Lazarus. Her initial encounter with the world of professional theatre was this jukebox musical set to David Bowie's music. Performing on large cruise ships like Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas and the Quantum of the Seas allowed Sydnie to increase her versatility following her successful run of Lazarus. There, she honed her skills and tested her adaptability performing for cruise passengers in high-energy productions like Grease and Starlight Express, which allowed her to expand her talent pool. But it didn't imply Sydnie's journey was peachy. On camera, she actually had a handful of issues. Sydnie Christmas made an appearance on Stage School, a reality show airing on E4 that followed aspiring actors as they navigated the rigorous and frequently tumultuous world of performing arts training, in 2016 and 2017. Featuring the interactions and rehearsals/performances of students with acting, singing, and dancing aspirations, the series drew comparisons to Glee and TOEI. Sydnie's exceptional talent was immediately apparent, distinguishing her from her classmates. The comment, "At last, someone who can sing on stage," came from one viewer. Sydnie was the showstopper because to her powerful voice and magnetic stage presence. Stage School provided Sydnie with an opportunity to shine, but it also exposed her to the difficulties and demands of a performing arts profession, exposing her to the spotlight at a young age. Despite experiencing disappointments and feeling like her career had hit rock bottom, Sydnie Christmas took a risk in 2024 by trying out for Britain's Got Talent. Everyone, even the judges, warmed up to her after the hilarious introduction. With a playful tone, she introduced herself as Sydnie Christmas, with Mary as her middle name, and officially as Sydnie Merry Christmas. Everyone in the room couldn't help but burst out laughing at this side comment. Sydnie said she worked as a gym receptionist when asked about her job. And when asked about her future plans, she mentioned singing, something she hadn't done in public for quite some time. It had been 24 years since she had sang the song Tomorrow by Annie at an audition, but she recalled that it had been her first experience with singing when she was a child. She didn't appear a day over 30, which stunned the judges and the crowd. Apparently thought Sydnie looked 24 years old. With a chuckle, Sydnie revealed her age, 28. Simon Cowell's expression changed when she announced she would be performing tomorrow. Due of its difficulty, it appears to have been one of the list's least beloved songs. With a hint of humor, he stated it. Annie, a musical from 1977, features the challenging song Tomorrow, which is renowned to put vocalists' vocal nerves to the test. Nonetheless, Sydnie was adamant that Simon's remark would have no impact on her. The more she thought about it, the more she wanted to prove to him that she could do it. As soon as Sydnie started performing, the room's energy shifted, and everyone stared in awe. Strong and emotionally charged, the performance was riveting. As well as her imagination into the song, giving her own unique spin on an already popular tune. Her diction and timing were praised by later observers. The overwhelming emotions felt by those in the room prompted some to compare it to a gospel service. Amid the profound emotion conveyed, the audience fell into a state of profound silence. Some of them appeared to be in tears. The four judges and the crowd alike erupted in applause and standing ovation as soon as she finished. Bruno Tonioli praised her for her show-stopping performance, calling her an incredibly dynamic individual who was artistic when dancing and able to captivate an audience and leave them wanting more. Alicia Dixon and Amanda Holden were impressed by Sydnie's charisma and remarked, "You've got it all going on." They went on to say that tomorrow was the finest news they had received. Sydnie, energized by the enthusiasm of the audience, stared in shock at Amanda's next move. Amanda advanced to the semifinals when she pressed the golden buzzer, sending golden confetti fluttering down upon her. Even Simon Cowell, who at first thought she had picked the incorrect song to sing, was thrilled by her performance. She had succeeded in entertaining everyone. Even though he is usually not a fan of the song, he praised Sydnie's performance, saying that she did an excellent job. It was clear that Sydnie's reaction was sincere. She was visibly moved to tears as she knelt on the platform in front of the television. She embraced her family offstage as she stepped down from the stage, and she enjoyed what appeared to be the fruit of her labors from all those years before, all while being greeted by resounding applause. As she advanced to the 2024 final and semifinals, Sydnie Christmas continued to captivate spectators. She demonstrated her command of the music by performing Paul Anka's popular song My Way in the semifinals. She delivered her lines with an intensity and vitality that belied her stage presence and potential as a competitor. Since everyone loved it and she seemed really into it, she quickly became a fan favorite. When Sydnie performed the title song, I Dreamed a Dream by the musical Les Miserables, she stunned the judges and audience in the finals. You could feel her vitality radiating from her powerful and expressive voice as she sang with all her heart. Not only was her performance exceptional, but her powerful stage presence and the sincere emotion she conveyed on every note moved the audience to tears. Particularly in her live performances, Sydnie had remarkable vocal abilities, both in terms of the clarity and control of her voice. She possesses a remarkable talent for truly connecting with the songs and effectively communicating their message through her voice and lyrics. Every song she sang was like a journey inside a song because of her gift for shifting from silky, seductive lyrics to gruff, belt-like sounds. Her charisma and self-assurance shone through her stage movements, drawing the audience into her narrative like they were actors in her own show. After Cindy's heavenly singing and financial success at the BGT, she made the decision to make an album. Her triumph paved the way for her debut album, My Way, to be published on September 20, 2024, which was a watershed moment in her career and won her fans' hearts. People were expecting a lot from the record, and they weren't let down. The extraordinary rise of Sydnie from relative obscurity to show winner is captured on her CD My Way. She displays an impressive vocal range and depth of emotion throughout the record. Despite the fact that it is her debut record, the question of why she was sidelined during the event persisted. As far as anyone can recall, the minute she stepped onto the stage, her one-of-a-kind charisma and magnetic personality were immediately apparent. Listeners get a personal glimpse into her artistic journey on this debut album, which extends the relationship a little further. A dreary, snowy day, so should be noted that Sydnie personally chose every track on the CD, and that she did so according to a specific style or tone. This CD showcases her incredible vocal range, awareness, and talent for interpretative song renditions. The tracklist ranges from contemporary pop ballads to American show tunes. This was originally performed by Frank Sinatra and is now performed by Sydnie. This work of art, which showcases her inventiveness to its fullest, has a contemporary twist that she added. Another notable track is Tomorrow, which was the song that got Sydnie the golden buzzer during her Biggest Loser audition. The city of Sydney, like many others, has its own rendition of this widely loved song. With a new twist from the musical Annie. She has a remarkable ability to convey her feelings through music while maintaining a powerful voice. One of the most remarkable parts of her BGT performance, this act is currently on her CD and continues to move listeners. Plus, it has Over the Rainbow, a song that every dreamer would be happy to hear. Sydnie has demonstrated her versatility by demonstrating how she can bring fresh interpretations of old songs to life. Listening to Sydnie perform, as an artist, is assured to be stimulating, varied, and full of challenge on this album and its individual tracks, all while retaining the singer's enthusiasm and unique style. Rather from being a generic album, My Way is an extremely personal endeavor for Sydnie. Her performances take on a more genuine quality as many of the songs are based on her personal journey and experiences. Listeners are transported into her world and made to feel as though they are sharing the song's experience with her, as her attachment to the words shines through in every note. Critics and fans have lauded her performances for their sensitivity and honesty, which they say adds an emotional dimension to her work. Press coverage of the record upon its initial release was very positive. Many were awestruck by Sydnie's voice, especially her strong and flexible control over her voice, her singing ability, and the emotion she brought to her performances. Many were moved to reply positively, with many praising her for keeping her grounded attitude in the face of her growing fame. The audience loves BGT contestants no matter what, and Sydnie's journey from the program to her solo album is full of sequels, so fans can't wait for what's next for her. Lastly, the song My Way can be seen as proof of Sydnie Christmas's talent and the accomplishments she made on her path to stardom in the music industry. Her triumph on Britain's Got Talent did not end there. Sydnie has the ability to stir her audience's emotions and showcase her vocal prowess as a stage performer, giving her a chance to make a lasting impression in the years to come. A vocalist who uses her craft to inspire, uplift, and change lives, she is more than just a singer. Even though most people have never heard of Sydnie Christmas, she has already become a musical phenomenon and will undoubtedly leave an indelible impression on the industry for years to come. At the moment, Sydnie Christmas is preparing for a tour in 2025, following her appearance on Britain's Got Talent and the release of her debut album, My Way. On this tour, she promises to showcase her powerful voice and unforgettable performances. The audience is ready to be wowed by her electrifying performances in her next concerts. It is anticipated that the tour will commence in Glasgow, United Kingdom on February 9, 2025, at the highly regarded King's Theatre, Glasgow. 15. Sydnie will proceed to Salford for a performance at the Case Theatre at the Lowry on February 10. On February 11, she will leave for Spew to Sheffield Oval Hall in Sheffield City Hall. Sydnie will have a great opportunity to connect with her followers and share her work at these intimate events. The depth of feeling shown by her performances is proof of this. She also has a February 13 performance at Canterbury's Marlow Theatre, followed by a February 14 performance at Oxford's New Theatre. On February 16, she will be singing at the Liverpool Philharmonic Hall, giving her fans a chance to witness her incredible vocal talent as she covers hits from all around the world. Liverpool is the next stop on her tour. Following their performance at the Glasshouse International Centre for Music in Gateshead on February 19, the tour will continue to Cambridge, where the artists will take the stage at the Corn Exchange on February 24. Finally, Sydnie will be performing in Birmingham and London for her last 2 UK gigs. She has a show scheduled for the Old Witch Theatre in London on February 23 and Symphony Hall in Birmingham the following day.